Okay, we're looking at lesson 14, which is multi-step ratio problems. And most of these problems involve either getting a discounted price off of an original price or marking a price up. So, taking a first look at our first example here, we have Peter's Pants Palace advertising the following sales. Shirts are half off the original price, pants are a third off the original price, and shoes are a quarter off the original price. So if we're looking at a pair of shoes that cost $40, what is the new price, the sales price? And so we're going to look at several methods here. The first is a tape diagram. So if we come in here and we take a rectangle, or something that looks like a rectangle, and we're going to break this up into quarters. So we'll cut it in half, and then a half again, and a half once more. And this entire thing we're saying is worth $40. So what is each one of these quarters equal? So 40 divided by 4 is 10. So each one of these quarters is worth $10. So if we take away one quarter, so we take away this quarter, we say what is left after we do this? Well, after a quarter is taken off, we have 10 plus 10 plus 10, which equals 30. So the new price after a quarter is taken away is $30. Now, that's using a tape diagram, so that was method 1. We have a second method, which would be if we took the $40 that we were looking at and we take away what the sale price is taking off. So a quarter is 1/4, a quarter of the original price. So the original price was 40, so we're taking 40, the original price, and subtracting away a quarter of 40. Well, a quarter of 40, we already know, is 10. So we were saying 40 minus 10, and that'll equal the same $30 that we found from the tape diagram. So the final way to approach this is actually to think about having 1 equals a whole, and so if we have the whole price and we're taking away a quarter, we're finding out how much is left. And so if we take a whole minus a quarter, we end up with 3/4 or 3/4. If we multiply that by the original price, we will find out the new price. So 3/4 times 40 gives us $30. So we have 3 different methods here. We have the tape diagram here, where we can break it up into the number of parts and then count what's left. We have the method where we multiply the discount times the original price and then subtract. And then we also have the way to approach it by finding the fractional part that's left after the discount. So those are the 3 methods. We'll show those one more time here, and then we'll do some other types of problems. So again, same place, and this time we're selling the pants for $33, and we already know that the pants discount is 1/3 off. So if we again find our tape diagram, and again this time it's $33 for the total price, and we're going to break this up into thirds. So we go, okay, so 33 broken up into thirds, so this is going to be $11, and this is going to be $11, and this is going to be $11. So there we go. And we're saying we're taking 1/3 away, so again we can take this away, and what we find is what's left. 11 plus 11 is 22. Okay, so that was the same as the first method there. Our second method here, we have 33, and we're going to take away 1/3 of 33. So again, we take 1/3 times 33, that gives us 11. So we have 33 minus 11, which gives us the same $22 from before. The final method, we take our whole price and we take away 1/3 to find out how much is left after the discount. and we're going to multiply that by the original price. So 1 minus 1/3 is 2/3, and we can multiply that by 33, and we end up with the same $22. Okay, so those are the three methods that we can use to approach one of these types of problems. Okay, continuing on, here we have a used car salesman who receives a commission, so that's how they're paid. They get a commission of 1/12 the sales price for the car that he sells. And so if he's selling a car for $21,999, it'll be important to the salesperson to figure out how much is he going to make. Okay, so we come in here and we want to find his commission. And so the commission is going to equal 21,999 times 1/12, because he gets 1/12 of that sales price. So we can go ahead and do that calculation, and we end up with the commission being $1,833.25. Okay, so when we want to take the commission, which is a part of the whole, we can just multiply that part times the original price, and that gives us our commission. Not too difficult there. All right, getting a little bit more tricky as we start looking at more complex types of examples. Here we go. We have a marketing plan that some businesses mark up their prices before they do a discount. That way they can convince people that their prices are better but not actually lose much profit. So a furniture store is doing this, and to improve its profit margins, reduce tax liabilities before the inventory. So they're going to go ahead and mark up the prices by 1/3, and then they're going to sell at a 1/5 discount. So if the original price was $2,400, we want to know, well, how much profit are they going to make? Now, keep in mind, profit is going to be your sales price minus your original price. So we need to figure out what the markup is, and then we also need to figure out what the markdown is. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this markup. So we're going to find the markup price. So we have the original price, which was $2,400, and we already have been told that they've marked it up by 1/3. So we can add to it 1/3 of that original price, which was $2,400. So we'll go ahead and do that, which is going to be $2,400 plus $800. We add those two numbers together, we get 3,200. Okay, so there's our markup. Now, we want to find out what the markdown is. So they're discounting, and so we want to find out what the markdown is. Let's try that again. Go. So the markdown, we have the new price, the $3,200, and we're going to take off 1/5 of that price. And so we go 3,200 times 1/5, and that's going to be our markdown when we take that away from the new higher price, which was $32,000. So here we go. We have 3,200 minus 1/5 of 3,200, which is 640. And when we subtract those two numbers, we end up with $2,560. Okay, so we want to find out the profit. So we found out the markup, we found out the markdown, and we want to know what is the profit. So in this case, the profit is going to be the sales price minus the original price. So the sales price was $2,560. So that was the sales price that we figured out after they did the markup and then markdown. And then we're going to subtract off the original price, which was $2,400. And so this profit for this little sale that they're running is actually $160. So even though they've reduced the pricing, they're telling everyone that they are having a sale, they're actually charging people more and getting more profit. Interesting, right? All right, so the final and probably the most difficult of these problems is we have a motorcycle dealer that paid a certain amount for a motorcycle and then marked up the price by 1/5 so that he can later sell it at a profit. And so we want to know what was the original price that he paid. So we'll do this two different ways. Again, we can take a look at this. And we'll take a look at making a nice little tape diagram. And so we're going to break this up into, we're talking about fifths here. So let's take our tape diagram and break this up into fifths. Okay, so we have fifths, and actually, so if this is the original price here, this is our original price, then the markup is actually going to be 1/5 more than that original price. So let's pretend for a minute. Let's use a placeholder. Let x equal the original price. So what that does for us is that lets us say that this is 1/5 of the original price, and this is 1/5 of the original price. So is this, and so is this, and so is this. So the final part of this is that markup, that 1/5 of x. So this total price altogether is $14,000. So if we total this up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6/5 here. So we have 6/5, and we have each one of these was our 1/5 of the original price. So this is 6/5 x. So 6/5 times the original price equals that $14,000. So for us to figure out what is this x, what that original price is going to be, we're going to solve this equation for x. So we'll multiply by the reciprocal, multiply this by 5/6. What we do to one side of an equation, we have to do to the other, so we multiply this by 5/6 as well. And when we do that, we end up with x on one side, and we're going to find that we have 14,000 times 5/6. So when we do that, our x is going to equal $11,666.67. So the original price of this car is going to be this motorcycle, $11,666.67. And so we can do this very nicely using this equation. We of course could have come at this a little bit differently and said, okay, if x is our original price and we want to add to it 1/5 of the original price, and that equals $14,000. Well, if we take a whole plus 1/5, we end up with 6/5, the same way that we just did, and that equals 14,000. Then we can use the same reciprocal technique, multiply by the reciprocal, multiply by the reciprocal, to get that our x is still going to be $11,666.67.